Good evening. Guys, my name is Mike again, and we're right here in Lexington, Mississippi. I'm so proud to get to take you with me on the road with the SPRA. Guys, the Southeastern Professional Rodeo Association has been absolutely second to none this year through all of the challenges we've had in 2020. They have given cowboys and cowgirls a place to go and rodeo all year long when many other associations decided to take a little break. And this last weekend, On the Road with the SPRA took us with the Double Creek Rodeo Company across that Georgia state line over to Dublin, Georgia for your third annual Easter Seals Rodeo. Now, Mr. Bill Hudson and Ms. Angela Hudson with Double Creek Rodeo Company, boy, they have been there with the Southeastern Professional Rodeo Association since day one. They are former stock contractors of the year, and everything they do with their rodeos shows you why. I'm going to tell you, this year, they got on the horn and they found a man to command the mic over there in Dublin, Georgia, the one and only Mr. Kai Todd. He teamed up with probably one of the funniest funny men in the rodeo industry, and hands down one of the baddest barrelmen there is going up and down the road. I'm talking about the infamous Mr. Rockin' Robbie Hodges was there this weekend. I'm going to tell you, the action kicked off and they were in rare form. They came in there, they showed up and showed out in the bareback riding. The number 2 man in the world standings, Cody Warnick, came in there. Boy, he comes in putting the steel in the equine. 73 points earned him a second place check. And then Kenneth Glick, that cowboy there, he's sitting number 1 in the bareback right now, and he came in there and he showed everybody why. When the dust settled and the smoke cleared, boy, our judges, James Bearden and Bo Waller, had their work cut out for them. They tallied up the scores, 78 points there in the bareback to win it for Kenneth Glick. Now, that cowboy went into last weekend, also sitting number 1 in the all-around race. But the difference between number 1 and Marcus Terrio sitting number 2 was only about $20. So that money earned there for Kenneth Glick was it was well earned, I promise you. He left there with a smile on his face. Then we went down to the saddle bronc riding. My man from North Mississippi, Renzi, Mississippi's own Mr. Cody Reinhardt, boy, he stomped one down for 70 championship points to go to the pay window for that second place check. And then here comes Kenneth Glick again. He says, hey, I love that 78 points so much you gave me in the bareback. Why don't you judges give me another one just like it? And that's exactly what he did. 78 points to win the saddle bronc riding there on Friday night. Then we went down to the tie-down calf roping. You know, this is something that they still use on the working ranches every day. My man, Lane Bradley, 11.1 to earn him a check. Andrew Turpin comes in there, answers back with a 10.3 for the second place win. And then 19-time world champion, the cowboy from Waycross, Georgia, Justin Thigpen, comes in there. 9.9 seconds to cinch up the win and topple over everybody in the tie-down calf roping. On to the pretty cowgirls and the breakaway roping. This is where the rope breaks away from the saddle horn, rope the calf around the neck, stops the clock. A.J. Griffin and Maylee Wade, 2 identical 2.6 second runs for the second place win in the split second. And then Miss Marley Malcolm comes in there. Talk about a cowgirl that has really been on fire this year. Now, when I first started seeing her this year, she was just barely getting into the top 10. And week after week, boy, it's been elbow up, tip down for that cowgirl. Just roping necks, cashing checks, and she did it last weekend on Friday night in Dublin, Georgia with 2.3 seconds for the number 1 cowgirl in the world standings. On to the dynamic duos of rodeo, the team roping. Now I'm going to tell you, the father and son duo, when you mention Culpepper, I'm talking about the elder statesman on the hillside, Brad Culpepper. He's sucking up the back feet and making up the time for his little boy Braxton Culpepper that is no slouch. 10.1 to earn the father-son duo a check there. Then Cody Pringle and Zeke Shorter come in there. Now, Cody is the reigning all-around champion with the SPRA from 2019. That pair of Cowboys, 8.9, stretching out the steer for the third place win. Tyler Hoagland and Stephen Bland, former world champions right there, laid down a 6.8 to get them a second place trip to the pay window. And then Clint Summers and Colton Johnson come in there, boy, domed in on him, turned him, stretched him out quicker than a trailer house in a tornado, son. I'll tell you, 6.1 seconds took home the win in the team roping. And that's how that shook out. Then we focused our attention on the cloverleaf pattern. The Pretty Cowgirls and the lightning fast American quarter horses. In third place, the Georgia Peach, Miss Alyssa McFarland, with a 14.849. Next out, the reigning average champion from your 2019 SPFR, the Zookeeper, Miss Lauren Pringle, comes in there and answers back with a 14.839 to get her a second place win. That Cowgirl is already sitting second place in the world standings as well. And then winning the barrel race there on Friday night with a 14.830 was Carissa Claxton. Boy, these Cowboys and Cowgirls came to Dublin, Georgia for 2 nights of great rodeo, 2 payouts brought to you by Double Creek Rodeo Company and the Southeastern Professional Cowboys Association. You know, those 2-night payout rodeos, that's just one great example of what the SPRA has done for the Cowboys and Cowgirls and all of the fans, bringing you rodeo when many others didn't give you that option, giving you an avenue to get your family out there and show them a good time. You know, the 2020 Southeastern Professional Finals Rodeo is not far away from us. Philadelphia, Mississippi, February the 5th and 6th, 2021. You want to mark your calendars for that. That's what all the Cowboys and Cowgirls are fighting for. That's what they fought it out for on Friday night. Well, they stayed over. They came back on Saturday night. And when they came back, the bareback riding, boy, Cody Warnick, this Cowboy was the second place on the first night. The second night, he comes back 75 points for the win in the bareback riding. Then we go down to the saddle bronc riding. So Shane Coon from down in Micanopy, Florida, and Jay Johns, they came in there, spurred them down for 2 identical 65-point rides to split that second place win. And then the Cowboy, the Bronx Stomper from Cottondale, Florida, sitting number 1 in the world standings. My man, Mr. Joe Farron. He comes in there, and you know, he is such a nice guy, you know, out of the arena. He's just as good in it. But when he settles in on the back of a Bronx, son, you better pull down your hat because it's about to get plumb ranchy, and it did. He ran off and left everybody with 84 championship points to tie up the win there in the saddle bronc riding. That took us to the tie-down calf roping. Now, I mentioned earlier that my Cowboy Kenneth Glick and Marcus Theriault were battling it out to win that all-around race there in the SPRA. Now, there was only about $20 sitting between them. On Friday night, Kenneth Glick came in there. He won the bareback. He won the saddle bronc. Well, Saturday night, Marcus Theriault shows up, and he shows out. Let me tell you, in the tie-down calf roping, he was 9.8 seconds to earn him a second-place win. Then the next Magnolia State Cowboy, Mr. Bart Brunson, from down there in Terry, Mississippi. Now, Bart Brunson, this Cowboy has been around rodeo literally since he came out of the womb. As a matter of fact, both of those Cowboys have. And Bart has been to more rodeo finals than many of us have ever even seen. He comes in there 9.3 seconds to tie one down, throw his hands in the air, and get the win in the calf roping. Then we focused our attention out on the arena. The crowd was electric. Boy, Double Creek Rodeo Company spared no expense. They brought in the specialty act from the Show Me State of Missouri. Mr. Mark and Ms. Cindy, the Rawhide and Dusty Show. Man, if you have never seen that act, now I'm going to tell you, they bring 2 big longhorn steers in there. And they call the steers Frank and Jesse James, the pair of outlaws from the Show Me State of Missouri. They put the steers on top of the trailer, Mark and his horse Chief get up on top of the trailer. They teeter-totter. Just a great show. If you ever have a chance to catch Rawhide and Dusty, you definitely don't want to miss that. We got Rawhide and Dusty out of the arena, and then the Cowgirls with the breakaway roping came back in the arena. For the third place win with a 3 flat was Bethany Stallions. Ms. Marley Malcolm, who won the rodeo the night before. That cowgirl from the great state of Georgia comes back in there and answers with a 2.6 to earn her a second place win right there. And then your reigning world champion, Ms. A.J. Griffin. She comes in there and says, I need to defend my title. I'm going to do it, and I'm going to lay down a 2.5 to do it. She broke the rope away there, took her to the pay window to get the number 1 money in the breakaway roping. On to the big man's event, the steer wrestling. Now, this cowboy right here, he comes into the rodeo sitting number 1 in the standings. He hails from Calera, Alabama. He's a University of West Alabama Tiger Wrangler. And this cowboy has really just kicked in the nitrous this year and showed everybody what he's made of. J.T. Ellison slams one down, digs the heels, those cowboy shot Durango boots there in our little patch of dirt. 3.9 seconds clean. Dude, that is world-class quality steer wrestling right there. On to the team roping. Lyle Reed and Rivers Irby. They are the cousin duo from the Magnolia State of Mississippi. 6.9 for the second place, or actually the third place win. As a matter of fact, I think Lyle posted that on his Facebook page. Go look up Lyle Reed on his Facebook page, and you'll see that third place win right there. Looked really good. Seth Thomas and Stephen Bland, they stretched one out in 6.7 seconds. And then the duo from Poplarville, Mississippi, Marcus Terrio and Bryce Graves, come in there with a 5.5, earning them the first place win, and earning Marcus a first place check to stack that money, trying to inch his way to the all-around champion position. We got the duos out of the arena and brought in the Pretty Cowgirls and the lightning fast American Quarter Horses once again. The night before, the cowgirl that is sitting number 2 in the world standings, Ms. Lauren Pringle, won second on the first night. Well, the second night, she comes back and does the same exact thing. Second place with a 14.487. Then the cowgirl that cinched up the first place win. Son, I saw the video. She streaked in the arena like she was skint back like a peeled banana. She set up, she rode him like she stole him. The Georgia Peach, Ms. Alyssa McFarland, 14.439 to get the win around the 3 cans in the cowgirl barrel racing. Guys, that's how it got fast and furious. There was fast times, there was high scores, true Double Creek Rodeo Company fashion, and the SPRA. And none of it's made possible without our great sponsors like Miss Sherry Wilkins over at the Cowboy Shop. If you're anywhere near Rooteville, Georgia, go check her out at the Cowboy Shop. Tell her you heard about her on the road with the SPRA. You know, you can check them out online. Just Google the Cowboy Shop, Rooteville, Georgia. It'll bring their website up as well. She'll ship to you anywhere in the world. Magnolia Barrel Horses out of Utah, Alabama. You ready to go from competing to winning? www.magnoliabarrelhorses.com can make that happen. Our good friends over in Addison, Alabama and Oxford, Alabama, 2 great locations to better serve you at Pickett's Feed. We say thank you for everything you do here for the SPRA and the Family Lifestyle Rodeo, as well as our friends in Addison, Alabama at University Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, the official truck of professional rodeo since 1981. I'm going to tell you, if you're looking for any kind of a trailer, do me a favor. Check out Dixie Horse and Mule Company first. Just give them a shot. When you talk to them, tell them you heard about them on the road with the SPRA and tell them how great the Southeastern Professional Rodeo Association has been to all the fans and all the cowboys and cowgirls in 2020. Our friends over at Alpha Insurance, guys, if you can dream it, they can insure it. www.alphainsurance.com. Last and certainly not least, we can't say a big enough Big Loop rodeo thank you to the Green family at Roanoke Stockyards in Roanoke, Alabama. Guys, they're doing a sale every week. I believe it's Wednesday at 11 o'clock. Now, I want you to go check them out. Look them up online. just tell them you heard about them on the road with the SPRA. Thank y'all so much for joining me again. Until next time, meet me on the road with the SPRA. Y'all come see me.